I seen that Lamborghini SUV. That's a different type of animal, man. The Lamborghini SUV, it's worth about 200 and something grand. Man, that's a different animal, man. That's an SUV. You know, if you're doing well, man, you can pack your family up in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Drive around and stunt at the same motherfucking time, bro. For real. If I get rich, I'm gonna want a Lamborghini SUV, man. So I could like put my family inside that car. You feel what I'm saying? Pack my family members and my kids and stuff in that car. You feel me? Yeah. I saw a guy driving a Lamborghini SUV like yesterday. You feel me? Man, that's like, oh man. And he had like black tinted windows. You couldn't really see inside. You feel me? And I looked it up. It said that it's worth like between 200 and 300 grand. Oh, that's a good goddamn, oh man. You feel me? Man. But let's just face it, guys. Let's get to the topic, man. What I really wanted to talk about. I've been drinking a little bit, man. What I really wanted to talk about is, for some women, you're just not good looking enough. You feel what I'm saying? We all got our lane up out here. You feel what I'm saying? What some of these women value the most? Do they value eyes? Do they value like height? Do they value looks the most? Do they value like, you know, do they value height? Did I say that already? Do they value money? You know what I'm saying? Because for some guys, you know, it depends on what they used to, man. If they've been dating Chaz and Tyrone's their whole entire life, they're not gonna want to settle for a guy that's average looking. You feel what I'm saying? It depends what they're used to, you know. You feel me? Like for me, like, you know, shorty pants. I'm good looking enough for her. I can tell, you know. But for like little seven, she look at me like, he's okay. I got better options than him. And I could tell, little seven, she had a little bit of interest in me when I lost the weight. But I could tell that, you know, I'm not her first choice. You feel what I'm saying? Shorty pants, she got more of an interest in me because she's lesser looking. She's not that pretty. You know, she's around a 5 in looks, and she got a nice body. Don't get me wrong, shorty pants got a nice body. Oh man, she got a nice body on her. I look down from the fucking goddamn the neck down. Oh my God, shorty pants. Oh, but to me, shorty pants is more of a I don't know, man. She's more, to me, she seems promiscuous. She got all them tattoos on her and shit. I wouldn't be with her long term, man. You feel what I'm saying? And I noticed that tall Chad guy ain't coming around to like visit. The fuck you, bitch. Well, honking your horn for no apparent reason. But I noticed the Chad guy ain't coming around no more. You know, well, he's not Chad. He's just tall. You know, I noticed the tall guy, he ain't coming around no more. So I know that something happened between her and him. I'm talking about shorty pants. Not what's her name, man? You know, Not Little Seven. Little Seven is, she's a different caliber girl, man. She's around a seven in looks. She's she's not an 8, 9, or a 10. Let's get that straight out the gate right now. Little Seven is not a 8, 9, or a 10. You feel me? But she's around there. She's around a 6 or a 7 in looks. She's a little bit more picky and choosy. She carries herself in a little bit more of a higher caliber female. You know how like lower. I noticed that females who are at a lower caliber, they recognize you more than women who are above your looks level. I noticed that. You know, women at a higher caliber, they don't mention they don't mention your name. You know, they don't even recognize that you exist. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed that women at a lower caliber, like Shorty Pants and Shorty Pants Part 2, and then the other female, the half white, half black female, that's around a 4 in looks, okay? These females recognize you. They say your name over and over again, and they acknowledge your existence. That's how you know when a female likes you, is if she acknowledges your existence, like she says your fucking name. You feel what I'm saying? Females who don't acknowledge your existence, they ain't saying your name, they don't care if you exist, man. They're trying to, you know, they're trying to do business with you and get you out the way. You know what I'm saying? But for some women, you're just not good looking enough. I noticed that on Pop the Balloon. For some of these dudes going on there, you know, if these females are not feeling this guy looks wise, if they're not feeling this guy looks wise, you feel me? They're gonna pop the balloon, and then they're gonna come up with a whack ass excuse why they popped their balloon. Oh, you came on here, you was wearing a sweatshirt. You was popping gum for no apparent reason. You look like you didn't have no confidence. You look nervous coming on here. That's why I popped my balloon. No, it's the fact that he didn't fit the description. That's what it was. You know, he didn't look like what you wanted him to look like. You know, it was about his looks from the get-go on Pop the Balloon. Let's keep that fucking straight, man. A lot of these women, if you don't look a certain way, they're gonna pop their balloon. Like the guy that went on there, he was 5'9", he was a light-skinned dude, he was average looking at best. And yeah, like I said, he was 5'9", around my height. And they rejected his ass, bro. Big time. Big time. And they made whack-ass, lame excuses why they had rejected him. No, you rejected him based on his average looks. That's what it was. You feel me? You rejected him based on his average looks and the fact that he had a cat. Because if Chad or Tyrone would have had a cat, and guys who are over 6 foot, basically Chad or Tyrone looking, all of a sudden the cat would have been interested. And they would have been wanting to meet the cat and shit. You know what I'm saying? And all them females popped their balloon based on his height and his average looks. So that's what I'm saying. You know, you're just not good looking enough for some women. Now, some women might find your looks appealing, man. It's all about their, what they call it, their preference. What am I saying? I've been drinking a little bit. It's all about their preference. You feel what I'm saying? What they value the most. Do they value the eyes more? Because some females, they value the eyes more. And then if you at a certain height, you feel me? They'll go with that. You know what I'm saying? Some women value height more. You know, they value your height more. You know, you got to be this certain tall and all that other stuff, man. And you know, it's what they value the most. And let me tell you something. Hellcat does a lot better with shorty pantsies. Okay, women who are 5 feet tall, from 5 feet tall to 5'1", 5'2", 5'3", and 5'4". I do better with those type of women. You feel me? Women who are around my height don't do good with them unless they're past their prime. You feel what I'm saying? Or they're sub 5. That's the only way I could get a woman that's like around my height. She gotta be sub 5. You feel me? I noticed that women who are below average looking, they check for me, man. And they like 5'7", 5'8", 5'9". You know what I'm saying? They're around my height. You feel what I'm saying? But they're below average looking. I notice women who are average looking around my height, they're just not checking for me at all. Unless they're overweight, I can see females checking for me around my height if they're overweight. Like the female at the over here at the bar over here, man, she was around my height, but she was overweight. I remember checking that female a while back, man. She was fuckable, man, but she was just overweight with no booty, man. You know, if you're gonna be overweight, you gotta at least have a booty or something. But anyway, she gave me some action, man. You know, one day I was in the bar, chilling, and she looked at me and she smiled, and I looked at her and I smiled back. So I'm like, hey, shit, you like me, I like you. And when I never got to fuck her because I went to jail after that, man, because those motherfuckers in the bar was hating on me, man, big time. Motherfucker snitched on me. The motherfucker snitched on me because I had my gun on me. Went inside my bag behind my back. Who goes behind a motherfucker's bag behind their back, bro? And then find a gun and then call the cops on them. Fucking snitch on me, bro. That's the reason why I went to jail. It was a gun charge, man. And it was my fucking gun, bro. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Anyway, before I get all pissed off and upset about what I went to jail for a while back, you know, the female that was filling me at the bar, man, and don't get me wrong, she didn't have a sub 5 face. Let's put it this way. She had an average looking face, average at best, but she had big old titties but no booty. And I'm like, fuck. And I was giving her some attention, man, but it was just like, it wasn't enough for me, you feel what I'm saying, for her to look like that. You know, it wasn't enough for me, you feel me, you know what I'm saying? She gotta have more than that, man. You gotta have some booty and some titties if you want me to fuck with you like that. But before I could even get to have sex with her, man, I got put in jail. And I can't go back there no more. Maybe I can hang out outside and see if I can find her and talk to her a little bit, you feel me? You know, I should have did that. You know, waited till she came outside. I could do that. I don't have to go inside the bar. But she goes there a lot, man. But she didn't really turn me on like that, man. It's the same thing with females. If you ain't a certain height, if you don't meet their criteria or whatever, something like that, man, you know, these females, they're not going to fuck with you. It's about their preference, you know, whatever they had good experiences with, you feel me? You know, some women, they like tall men, and these are the best looking women, bro. It's not like the lesser looking women and shit like that. The women who like men around a certain height, like 5'8", 5'9", these are the fat women, bro. The women at the bottom of the barrel are women who got children because they had to bring their standards down because the tall men are not fucking with them no more. You feel what I'm saying? You know. I noticed a lot of guys who are 5'9", they're fucking with the fat women nowadays. I noticed that. Oh, women with children. You feel me? I noticed that. Where everybody at, man? Nobody come to the chat room? Nobody ain't saying nothing? Where Joey Fingers in this motherfucker? You know, where Jamie at? Where Jamie at? You know. You know. But nowadays you gotta be under 6 feet tall and Chad like to get a woman that's pretty, man, nowadays, man. Average ain't cutting it no more, man. It's not cutting it no more. You feel me? God damn, she had a big old booty. Oh man, he lucky. That man is lucky, bro. That's a that's a she got a big wow. Yeah, bro. Hey, he having sex with that tonight? Oh man, bro. He knew he was lucky, bro. He was like, thank you. He was like, thank you very much. I'm like, bro, look, a guy will be I mean, bro, he would love to be in your situation. You got a woman with a big old booty that come out to like 5 inches of booty meat. like, like, bro, you a fucking lucky, bro. You fucking lucky, man. I don't know, get some golden sriracha. What type of Doritos is that? I guess I could try it out, man. Golden sriracha. Hey, it's good to have a brand new experience with Doritos. You ain't watching no wrestling tonight?
Tonight is only Tuesday. Today is Sunday.
Okay. Hey, it is Sunday. Wow. It is, man. The time going by quick. Can't get that 20. How much?
36. Thank you.
Thank you. I told him, man, because the thing is, man, the reason why I said he was lucky is because not every single man could get a woman that look like that.
Oh yeah.
That look like that. That's luck.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. They don't have the good looking. They're not good looking enough to get women like. You know what I'm saying? They gotta settle for women that are not that attractive. But I look at the man, I'm like, oh man, you are lucky, bro, because every man, every single man is with his genetic makeup, meaning that if you come to the earth with poor genetics, you're gonna get a woman with poor genetics. If you come to the earth good looking, you're gonna get a good looking woman. You feel what I'm saying? If you come to the earth like average, you're gonna get an average woman.
God already said, God made you woman
Yeah.
for every man.
Yeah.
So every man have 5, 6 women.
Yeah. It depends how much you are.
No, it depends how much money you have.
Your money how good looking and how much money you have, because your son is tall. So there's tons of women out there like, oh, he's tall, he's good looking. You know? So yeah, he gonna get good looking women. He So get his fit. You see what I want? That's taller than me. And women are like, they like height. They like women who are like 6 foot. Yeah.
Slim.
Slim. See what I'm saying? Yeah, make money. Yeah. So
Well, if you're young and I'm good, don't need
you need the money. Woo. Yeah, that's unreal. Have a good night, bro. And he on the real. He said, when you young, you don't need the money. If you old, you need the money. Hey, he keeping that shit a buck, man. He keeping that shit real. I got some Doritos, and that's all I wanted was some Doritos tonight. But like I said, man, for some of these women, back to what I was saying on the topic, man. For some of these women, you're just not good looking enough. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it depends on their preference, what they used to. You know, I dated women who were sub-5. I dated women who were average looking. And for me, I was good enough. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was good looking enough. Women who were 5s and 6s, and sometimes 7s, like, what's up with it? What's up with it? Jamie in the house. Women who were a 7 like Gwen, I was good enough, man. I was fucking with Gwen, man. This was before the internet took off, man. And Gwen was the best I did looks-wise because she was a 7 with a big old booty and some titties. Gwen had both. She had titties and a nice big round ass. This is back when I was younger, when I was in my 20s. You know, and I was good looking. I was good. Shit, I can't even say it. You know, I was good looking enough for her. You know, when she was dating Chad Rome, that came along and took her from me. Chad Rome took her away. Of course, that was her ex-boyfriend or husband or something like that. You know, but I was good looking enough for her back in the day. I remember I was fucking Gwen, man. Oh, Kill Bill was on the TV. This is back when Kill Bill came out. Now, Kill Bill was in the early 2000s, you feel me? What's up with it, Jamie? And I was good looking enough for her, man. You know, I was shorter because I could tell the women that she was dealing with, you feel me? I mean, the women she was dealing with, the men she was dealing with was taller. But since I was a short, you know, motherfucking frosty mini wheat, you know, she gonna give you a time of day. Like, let me tell you something. If you good looking and you under 6 feet tall, then a lot of these women, they're gonna break their tall. What's up with it, man? How you doing, bro? I'm good, man. You know, if you under 6 feet tall and you good looking, then they'll break their rules on how tall they want their men to be and shit. You know, let's say you around 8 in looks and you 5'8" or 5'9". All of a sudden, you know, whatever her preference on height is, it will go out the window. You feel me? You know. You was also eating Gwen from the back. Did I eat Gwen from the back? No, I let her sit on my face. No, I let Gwen sit on my face. And while she was sitting on my face, her nose started to bleed, okay? She had to go to the bathroom because her nose started to bleed because I was eating that coochie so good. You know, while she was sitting on my face, because she looked good enough for her to sit on my face. We talking about an hourglass shape with a nice big old booty and breasts. You feel me? No, it was worse than that. What you talking about? You know, eating it from the back? No, I let her do the thing. sit down. I remember, bro, because her face, I mean, like, her nose caught on fire, you feel me? You know, she started to, like, you know, she started to bleed from the nose, man. And then she went to the bathroom because her nose started bleeding because he was, I guess, sitting on my face was the best thing since sliced bread or some shit like that. You know. But I was good looking enough for her. But also I was 24 and she was 32. But she still looked good for 32. When a female got them tools like that, man, they still looking good, man. You know, I'm talking about the tools. I'm talking about ass and titties all at the same time. They get to be 32, they still looking good. And I'm 40. I'm 24 and shit. Oh, I let her sit on my face because it was good looking enough. When some females, let me tell you something real quick. When a female got an hourglass shape and she got a nice big ass, you gonna let her sit down on the face because it looked good enough. The other females, you ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna let them do that to you, man. Like, okay, nah, you ain't looking good enough to sit on my face. Like Sub 5 Stalker, yeah, she didn't look good enough for me to be trying to eat the coochie and shit. You know, let her sit on my face. She just don't look good enough. But Gwen, because she was pretty, basically a 7 in looks, with big old nice titties and nipples, and a nice big ass, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Gwen was, she had an hourglass shape, but it was bigger though. It was a nice big ass, you feel me? You know. But she looked good enough to eat. It's the same thing with females. Like, it depends how you look in their eyes, man, you feel me? You know, if you dating below you, man, of course they're gonna wanna suck your dick and swallow the cum and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're dating women who are below your looks level. They're gonna do extra stuff. Lick your balls, suck your dick, swallow your cum. And anytime I don't give a damn, man. Anytime a woman, you know, suck you off until like you bust a nut inside her mouth, or you swallow the cum. I mean, she swallowed the cum. You know what I'm saying? That would be gay. That would be gay. Oh fuck! I fucked my shit up, man. Shit, I've been drinking so much. Anytime a female swallow the cum, lick your balls and stuff like that, she got some respect for your genetics. Put some respect on your genetics. Put some respect on your genetics. You know, I done had females do that to me, bro, where they let me bust a nut inside of them, bust a nut inside their mouth and their coochie, inside their anal too, inside their asshole too. I done had that. When a woman, let me tell you something real quick, bro. And I'm gonna break this down shit real simple. You know, you feel me? Yeah, where's Joey Six, man? I haven't seen that nigga in a long time. Where that nigga at, bro? You feel me? When a woman lets you come inside her mouth, bust nuts inside her mouth, bust nuts inside the coochie without the condom, she got some respect for your genetics, man. You know, these women ain't gonna let you do that, man. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Where my homeboy at? Man, he ain't out tonight. Damn. I guess I gotta eat my chips right now, man. Yeah, we should eat them chips right now. Yeah. Some Doritos. Yeah. That's some Doritos. Is good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know. But like I said, Coke been drinking them. Shit. I wasn't even supposed to be drinking tonight, man, but fuck it. I say fuck it. Had me a few drinks tonight, you feel me? Shit. But like I said, some women, they let you do things inside the bedroom, you know, that they won't do to other cats, you know. If a woman is doing it just for money, she ain't gonna swallow your cum, man. She ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna let you bust a nut inside the mouth or nothing like that because she's not attracted to you. Feel me? Let me get my Doritos because I'm still kind of hungry. I didn't eat a whole lot today, but I need me some goddamn Doritos. You feel me? What I'm saying? I'm about to munch in this motherfucker. But it depends on their preference, man. Like I said, man, they got women out there that like Usher, the way you look, and they got women who don't like the way Usher look. I mean, when I was coming up, I look. They kept telling me I looked like Usher when I was coming up. All the time, man. All the time. Usher, lead the one with, start a new relationship. I kept hearing that shit in school, and then I heard it in Capoeira class. How much I look like Usher and shit like that. I don't look dead on Usher, but I look something like him, especially when I smile. I can see that. But some women like the way Usher look, and some women don't. That's just the way it is. You feel what I'm saying? you know, you know. Some women they like the way Usher looked. You know, you know, you know. Let me have some of my Doritos. Oh, what they got? Oh, sriracha. I never had that golden sriracha. Oh, does it taste like sriracha? I'm a sriracha fan because I like pho. Does it taste like sriracha? Not really. Eat the Doritos from the back. Eat the Doritos from the back. Yeah, so it's all about preference, man. A lot of them guys on Pop the Balloon, they're getting rejected by a lot of them women, man. But all they need is just one yes, though. This one guy, he went on there with sunglasses on. Most of the women popped their balloon instead of one. And the one that didn't pop her balloon, she was pretty, man. And she was short. She was pretty. You know what I'm saying? But he walked home with a nice woman that was a 7 or an 8 in looks. That's all it takes, man. Some women, they got different preferences, bro. They're like what they like. You feel me? They might not like the Usher look. You know what I'm saying? They might not like the Chris Brown look. They might not like what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. They might not like the way he looks. They might not like the way Chad Pitt. They might not like the way Chad Pitt look. That's why you got women that do like you and the ones that don't. It's what their preference is like. Like even at 45 years old, bro, I still got some women that still like me. You feel me? Even at 45. As long as I'm in good shape, you feel me? I still got a few women that like me at my age. Like Shorty Pants, I know she likes me, bro. But I'm not in the position to date her right now. I could tell Shorty Pants like me. She's lesser attractive than Lil 7. Lil 7, she's on a different looks level, man. That's why I call her Lil 7, because she's a 7 in look. Nowadays, I'm not attracting 7s nowadays. I'm not. I'm attracting like 4, 5s, and 6s, man. The 7, nowadays for me, it's a different animal, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Attracted a 7, no. Nowadays, no. Maybe when I was younger, I could get a 7, man. Nowadays, no. Like Shorty Pants, man. You know, Shorty Pants is she's below my looks level. In the face. But boy, oh man. Shorty Pants got a nice body below the waist. Oh, none. We're talking about booty for days. But her face is not that pretty. But when I look at her, I can see that she's below my looks level, but she has a nice body. When I mean below my looks level, I'm talking about facial wise. She's not on my looks level facial wise, but her body is on point. I can see why she liked me, because when you got a man that's above you and looks in the face, you want to emerge with that. Because you on that looks hypergamy, you feel me? She wants better looking children. You feel me? You know, so she's a pump and dump only. Yeah, because she's below my look level facially. Why would I want to get with a woman that's below my look level on the face? I want more attractive children. I want children that's at least on my look level. I mean, a female that's on my look level. But I can see the reason why Shorty Pants like me. Because I'm above her in the face. Even though she is younger than me. But because my genetics is superior to hers. You feel me? You know. Shit, you gotta be on your looks level facially, bro. Don't get with females that are below you in the looks level, man. I can tell by her face, her lip. You know what I'm saying? Like my ex-girlfriend was more attractive than Shorty Pants. Shorty Pants is a 5, like in looks, bro. She's not. Yeah, she's talking about a 5, bro. And when I was younger, I was above a five, man. And that's how I know she below me. I compare her to the women that I've been with in the past. And a lot of them women are, what the fuck? I rate myself a 6.5. Yeah. So you gotta get with women that are like 6.5, 7 in looks and shit like that. You know. But I know the short pairs, the tall dude ain't coming around no more, man. You know. You know. Okay, that's enough. I'm chomping up away. I'm chomping away big time. Yeah. Fuck. Ugh. Let's throw this away, man. Those fucking goddamn. I got roaches trying to get up on me, man. You feel me? That's enough, man. I ain't trying to eat no more. I'm good. Oh. Oh. What time is it, man? Shit, I'm gonna lay down. Hellcat tired, man. Oh. Oh. Fucking goddamn ants all over the place. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. I'm tired, man. Ugh. When I was younger, man, I had females that did, I didn't all the women, man. I had females that didn't like me, man. But then I kept digging, as a guy out there. I was at low percentage body fat, you know, and after a while you find a woman that does like but because you're not over 6 feet tall, let me drink some water, man. All right. Some women, they just got standards out of this world. And they want you to be 6 foot tall and shit, man. I'm back. Okay. Uh, Chad. He's. I was close to a Tyrone, which you. Uh, but I always been like under 6 feet tall. Now, was I Tyrone or Chad? No, but I was close to it. It's just the age, guys. It takes away your looks. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the years, I noticed that my looks started to fucking decay over the years. Now I can work out and keep my body in shape, but it's not going to be like it was when I was like 20, 22 years old. You feel me? You know, uh, he's saying, what's a Tyrone? It's the opposite of Chad, okay? You got Chads and Tyrones, you feel me? Uh, a Tyrone ain't nothing but a black Chad. That's all it is. You know, you know, Scott. And, and then you got the black Chad, okay? Oh, but close. The only thing that kept me from, I have a old nose or something like that, kind of like a Tupac nose or something like that, then I would have been a Tyrone. You feel what I'm saying? But there were features that kept me from being a Tyrone. You feel me? So no, I wasn't the top guy when I was younger, but I was close. I could say that I was close because I got a high body count. You know, like I went when I was in my 20s, I was going through them. A matter of fact, I was going through them so much that you know, I went through two sisters at one point. You know, I went through two sisters. They both wanted me, and I had sex with them separately, of course. You know, I remember them girls, man. They came from Humboldt County, and I was going out with one of the sisters, and then we had sex or whatever. You feel me? And then her sister wanted me. And I was like 22, 23 years old, man. Her sister wanted me, and I had sex with her sister. I remember that. But oh, man, her sister had a nice big old booty, man. You know what, bro? I kind of got sprung off her sister, but we stopped seeing each other because, yeah, I was a player, and I didn't want to walk her downstairs. Yeah, that one time where I didn't want to walk her downstairs, and she got mad at me for that. So she didn't want to deal with me after that. You feel me? You know, you know. So you were a player, yeah, a set. You feel me? You know, I was a guy that was a seven at that time. You feel me? I was around a seven. I wasn't an eight. I wasn't a nine or a 10. But I was the guy up under Chad and Tyrone. I was that guy. You know, but as time goes by, guys, the looks start to depreciate, and that's why you gotta always be working out. You feel me? Like, you know, you always gotta be working out and doing what you gotta do. You feel me? Did you meet up any little girls? I came close, man. Mostly when I was younger, man, because I was scared of catching stuff. And I wore condoms most of the time. Probably, I don't know, man. Maybe I shouldn't have been wearing condoms. I probably would have had kids by now. You feel what I'm saying? But I was always wearing condoms with those women, bro. Always. Okay, I'm back. I was, I was. All right. Okay, I'm back. So I was always wearing condoms, man. This should keep on buffering, man. But like I said, man, I was always wearing condoms. I was always careful. And how many women did I bust inside, man? A lot of the times, the women that I did bust inside, it was on birth control. You know, so I was really careful about having babies, man, too early. Maybe I should have, like, never, like, maybe I should have, like, I don't know, man. Maybe I shouldn't have been so careful. I don't know. Do I regret like not having children? I kind of regret not having children because I think that once you get old, man, it's gonna be hard to like. Let's get up out of here, man, so it won't be buffering. Let me get to that spot real quick where I don't buffer. You feel me? Because now I'm 45 and I don't have any children. You know, that's a lonely feeling, man. You feel me? Man, my fucking shit, I'm Hellcat been drinking way too much. I got a headache right now at this point. Shit. But we gotta step outside, man, so it won't be buffering and shit. Uh, he said, Joey Finglish, take a break from pimping. I'm gonna step out here so the connection won't be all fucked up. You know, like I said, man, I regret not having children in my 20s, even though you shouldn't have children unless your money's together. But I regret like not having children at this point. I should have been like staying with just one female in my 20s and having children in my 20s, even though my money wasn't together. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to bring kids into the world when I'm not ready financially. That's the reason why I haven't had them yet. But it's just like, you know, okay, my connection is better now because I'm walking outside. So we good. Um, it's just the fact that I didn't want to bring kids into a situation where I was poor. I didn't want to repeat the same thing that my mother and my father did. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I didn't want to do that. And was I a Tyrone or a Chad in my youth? I was pretty close to it because I had no problem attracting when I was younger. I remember if I laid eyes on some woman, man, I got her, man. Now, was she top tier? No, but if I laid my eyes on that woman, you know, like a Gwen or a female that I was going to the glass cat with, man. Oh, yeah. Oh man, I remember how good it was when I was young. I remember I was walking through the crowd, man, and I had my hair. It was very curly or whatever, and I don't know. Maybe I had some relaxer or something up in it, man. Or maybe my hair was just natural like that or something like that. I was walking through the crowd, man. And I got stopped in my tracks by two attractive females, man. You feel me? You know, I was an eye catcher, man. And the thing is, man, time takes that away from you. No, it don't matter if you a Chad or a Tyrone. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you feel me? It don't matter how good looking you are, bro. Time will take the looks from you eventually as you get older, man. That's why I say, man, you should settle down and have children at a certain age. Like right now, I'm ready to settle down and have children once I get the bag. You feel me? You know, once I get the bag, I'm ready to settle down and have a woman. You know, because I don't want to get old and be alone. You know, but I remember how it was. I mean, damn, fuck. We talking about a guy that got a body count in his 20s of 100, man. I slept with at least 100 women in my 20s, man. You know, bag. What's that mean? What you mean? You gotta get the bag, man. Get the bag. Get the money. You know, after a certain age, man, looks don't last forever. You feel me? You know. You know, looks don't last forever. You think that looks last forever, nigga? That shit don't last forever, bro. Because I remember how good it was with women when I was in my 20s. I remember how it was. We talking about not struggling to find sex. That's how good it was. But with me and women, there was no struggle getting the panties off in my 20s. That's what I remember. And then when I got to my 30s, that's when the problem started. Especially when I got to my mid 30s, that's when the problem started for sure. Like 35. Don't get me wrong, I was still pulling them, but it wasn't like it was when I was 25. It's just like the wrinkles and the gray hairs kick in, bro. Like, you can't do nothing with that. You feel what I'm saying? You can't do nothing about that. You feel me? It's called life. You got like a certain amount of time where you're like very good looking in life before age start kicking in the door. You feel what I'm saying? You know, when age kicks in, your looks go away. Your looks disappear. Now, do they disappear completely? No, but over time, it starts to wear down on your looks. Now, you could be an older man that's 45, still good looking, but you're still not gonna be that guy that's 25 years old again. It's just like, no, it's not gonna happen. These are 100 women. You could probably write a novel. Yeah, I had 100 women in my 20s, man. If you could include the one night stands from the club that I worked in, you forget that I worked in the club for like about 2 or 3 years, and I went through at least in 2 or 3 years working at that club, I went through at least about 50 women, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I was working at the club, man. I was a good looking dude, bouncer, working at the club, man. I can't. You know what, bro? It's like, man, I'm like, them days are over with, man. You know, I ain't never gonna be that good looking no more, man. Time is taking away everything. That's why I say get your bread up, man. You know, it ain't like what it used to be. You feel me? Because I remember in my early 20s, I was, man, good looking dude, man. I remember, bro. I told you I went through 2 sisters, man. And then I went through 2 women one time. You know, this is before the internet, of course, it took off. But I went through 2 women in the same day, man. You know what I'm saying? This is back before the internet took off. This is back before social media got popular. You feel what I'm saying? This is back before Facebook, okay? 2004, that's before Facebook, bro. I met Gwen around 2004 and 2005. This is before Facebook got popular, you feel me? You know. You know. And I ain't like what it used to be. You know. I'm heading toward the grave at this point, man. I hate to be dramatic, but I am. When you're a guy that's aging and you're aging out of the market, man, you're heading toward the grave, man. What time is it? Oh, we got 70% on this phone, man. I'm about to end this live in about 5 minutes. I got 70% on this phone right now. So if you guys want to ask me some more questions, man, go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna let you know that good looks don't last forever, and eventually you're gonna fucking like run out of looks after a while, man. You feel me? You know, some of you guys are. Were you a Chad or a Tyrone when you was younger? I was close to it because my body count. You know, I wasn't. No, I wasn't a Tyrone or a Chad. Nah, them dudes had a bet. They had when Chaz and Tyrone's walked into the room, women's like pussy all of a sudden got wet. You know, when Chad and Tyrone walk in the room, you know, you know, these women pussies get wet. You know, I wasn't that type of guy where I walked in the room and all the females just like their pussy got wet or they, you know, they were drooling. And nah, I was that type of guy where if I walked in the room, only a few women, a handful of women would be feeling me. You feel what I'm saying? Back when I was younger, you know, you know, I wasn't that guy where all the women were like, oh, he's fine. You know what I'm saying? I want to have his baby now. I wasn't that type of guy. I was that type of guy where I walked in the room and there were 10 women around, only 3 of them was gonna be feeling me. You feel what I'm saying? That's the type of guy I was. You know, not half, but I say about 3 women out of 10 will be feeling me and be ready to have sex with me. You feel what I'm saying? That's the type of guy I was. It wasn't the guy that would walk into the room and, you know, and all the women wouldn't pop their balloons. I seen dudes on Pop the Balloon walk into the room and none of them women will pop their balloon for him at all. Like, nah, I wasn't that guy. You know, that's the Tyrone guy. That's the guy that's getting all the women. You feel what I'm saying? All of them. You know. You feel me? No, I never was that guy. But I was a guy under him. You know, I was the guy that if I walked in the room at 24 years old, 25, I'll say out of 10 women in that room, 3 will be feeling me. And that's the type of guy I was, bro. You know. Protect all big booty Latinas. You crazy. You crazy, man. You know. But no, was I a Chad or Tyrone? No. I was the guy that was under them. I was a 7. I was a 7 in looks, man. Like if I walked on Pop the Balloon right now as a 45-year-old man, depending on how much I had in the bank, you know, there would be a few females that wouldn't pop the balloon. I don't believe that all females will pop the balloon for me if I walked on Pop the Balloon right now. But I think that probably like at least like over half will. You know, if there's 10 women, I could say probably if I walked on Pop the Balloon, I probably would get 2 or 3 women that don't pop their balloon, because I'm a decent looking guy, man. I ain't sub 5, and I never have been sub 5, except the time that I put on a lot of weight. That's when I became sub 5. I put on like about 30 pounds, and no female wanted to talk to me. I lost all my muscle. I didn't have a 6-pack. You feel what I'm saying? And that's when I experienced being sub 5, because I lost everything that I had. You know, I say, give me some big booty Latinas for me. You eat it from the back. Yeah, I like big booty Latinas too, man. You know what I'm saying? I like all kinds of women. I like big booty Hispanic women. I like big booty black women. I like big booty, Indian women. You feel what I'm saying? Some of these Indian women, they got these big old booties. I'm like, God damn. Like, God damn. I love me some big booty white women. I like some big booty. And I've been with every single race of woman, except an Indian woman. I haven't been with an Indian woman from India. I haven't been with a woman. I've been with Asian women. You know what I'm saying? I've been with all kinds of women. I've been with black women. Of course, I've been with them multiple times. Of course, that's my own kind. So, I've been with them, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of the black women I've been with, they get the best head and shit, man. You feel me? I've been with all kinds of women, every single race except Indian from India. That's on my bucket list, is to be with a Indian woman. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, no. He said, "What's sub five?" Man, you don't even know. Below average looking, that's what sub five is. You're below average. You are a one, or two, or three, or a four in looks. You know, you know. But as I got older, my looks started to fade. I realized that in, like, 2000 goddamn 2 or 2012. You feel me? It was just like I couldn't pull them like I used to, man. Like I said, man, looks ain't lasting forever, man. Now you can work out and keep yourself up, you know what I'm saying, and still look like a good looking older man. But it's not gonna be nothing compared to when you were younger, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I say get the money, get the bag, man, so you can always be able to be good with women, man, cause looks fade, man. You feel me? Looks fade. It don't last forever. Yeah, you could be a good looking dude in your 20s. You could be a Chad or Tyrone. But the moment you start getting 40 and 50, man, the females, they looking at your wallet, man, at a certain age, man. Because wrinkles, gray hair kick in, bro. Best believe that. Well, good looks don't last forever. Looks don't last forever. Please believe that. Please believe that. That's why when you get older, you gotta have the bag so that way you can continue to attract young females with no problem. That's why guys go out there and get the bag, man. They want to continue to attract young females. You feel me? And then what happens is when you got the bag, it'll continue. It'll let you continue. I mean, it'll it will let you continue to date young females. Like, you know how, like, when you get older, all of a sudden, like, there's only, like, older females available to you because you're older. You're like in your 30s and 40s and 50s, and those are the only ones that are available to you, really. You know, the bag will continue to let you date young females, even though you in your 40s and 50s. That's what the bag allows you to do. That's why guys go out and get it, because they don't want to be limited to only women that's on their looks level or women who are around uh, their age. You know what I'm saying? We all know young females look the best. You know, how are you planning to get the bag? Investments? You could say that, man. Um, I'm pretty smart. So right now, Uh, I hit the jackpot like one time. If you go into my before I end this live, man, because I gotta end this soon, man, because right now I'm at 67%, and I'm pretty smart. So if you look into my shorts, I hit the jackpot one time, and I plan to hit another one. Uh, so yeah, I'm pretty smart, and I believe that I'm definitely gonna hit another jackpot. You feel what I'm saying? And then I'll start making the investments once I get, you know, another win. You feel what I'm saying? You know. So some motherfuckers, they think I'm dreaming. They think I'm not gonna hit another jackpot. They think, oh, he's never gonna hit another jackpot. Oh yeah, okay, all right. I'm pretty smart. I hope you know that. I'm pretty bright. You know, I pay attention. You know, and my sister, she don't think I'm gonna hit it again, but I'm gonna hit it again. And then once I hit it again, I'm gonna disappear and I'm gonna invest. You know, that's it. You know, that's my thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So you got to understand something like this, man. Looks don't last forever, and I'm gonna keep saying this time and time again. You're not gonna be a pretty boy forever. The 10 years pass by quick, man. Before you know it, you're gonna be like, God damn, I'm having trouble out here, man. I ain't getting women like I used to. Like, yeah, because of age, bro. You aged. There was this one guy that used to be a Chad a while back. Okay. Uh, I was talking to his son, man, and he was saying that his son was, he was saying that his dad was like trying to holler at like some young hot tenderonis, you know, and his dad, he was like, man, my poor dad, he was like, he's in his 50s and he forgot that he has aged. He forgot that he has aged and he's not able to attract those young hot tenderonis anymore. Sometimes you forget because you thinking, you know, uh, jackpot casino. No, like more like jackpot in the California lottery. Smaller jackpots, not the big jackpots. Uh, there was this one guy, you feel me? Like I said, he was telling me how his father was a player when he was young. You feel me? And then I guess he was trying to approach some young females or something like that. And I guess his father was a Chad in his young days. And he was like, my poor dad. He was like, my poor dad. He was like, my poor dad forgot that he has aged. Because like I said, you forget that you're not young anymore. In your mind, you're thinking like, yeah, I could pull that bitch right there. I think I could pull it. But then you gotta look on the outside, bro. You got wrinkles and gray hairs now. You're not, you have aged. And like the guy was telling me, he was like, my poor dad, he forgot he has aged. And it will slip your mind. Best believe that. Best believe that. You feel me? Uh, because you're not as vibrant and young anymore, it will slip your mind. Because in your mind, you're thinking like, yeah, I could walk up on this female, and talk to her real quick and get her number and get into the bedroom. Nuh-uh. Not with all them wrinkles and gray hair that you got. You feel it? You forgot that you have aged. This is not 20 years ago, bro. Sometimes I forget myself, bro. I forget that I'm like 45, bro. Sometimes I'm thinking in my head that I'm 25 years old. You feel me? That is embarrassing. Hell yeah, it's embarrassing to approach a female and get rejected, you know, and thinking you on her level with the looks, or you thinking that you still young and shit. You thinking you still 25 years old. You forget that you have aged throughout the years, bro. You ain't looking like what it used to be. But anyway, I'm gonna end this live tonight, man. I'm glad you guys stopped in. I've been drinking a little bit, but I'm not super drunk. You feel what I'm saying? You know. So I'm gonna get online, man, and look at some of my videos. I'm gonna look at some of this, the third eye atlas situation. I'm gonna look at that. Then I'm gonna look at some of the Thailand's situations and stuff. So a lot of guys going overseas because they're so lonely in America. They're going overseas. They're just falling in love with some of these young hot women, and these young hot women are taking their money big time. So I look at some of those videos, you know what I'm saying, before I go to sleep. You know, just to cope. Because Kelcat getting older, and I said, okay, Kelcat, bro, you're getting older. Just try to figure a way how not to be old and alone. Once you get the bag, settle down, have children like right away, so that won't happen to you. And that's what I'm gonna do, man. Once I get the bag, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be busting nuts inside the coochie and having children like right away. Once I get the bag, you feel what I'm saying? So I won't end up old and alone, because I don't want to end up old and alone. Nobody wants to end up old and alone. You feel me? Still fucking sneezing and shit. Ugh. But anyway, you guys have a good night. I see y'all tomorrow when I wake up. I've been drinking a little bit. I shouldn't have been drinking tonight, man. I should have been cooling and shit. But fuck it. I drank. Whatever. So the fuck what? You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. But you guys have a good night, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow when I wake up. I'm glad some of you guys are stopping in. Scott, you seem like you new to the channel, man. Subscribe and everything. You feel me? This a guy that's struggling out here. That's all it is, man. You feel me? Hey, what's up with it, boy? What's up with it? You good? Oh yeah? You camping out here? That's my camping spot right over here.
I see that, man. She was at the library. I just visit this chick, man.
Yeah, don't camp out. Don't camp out in the library. Too many goddamn cops. It's good to be over here. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all go. You guys have a good night. I'm out.